Would you ever pay to watch YouTube videos?
Oh, hey folks, I was just running because it's time to get in shape for 2013. Are you just a fat, lonely person sitting in front of your computer watching me right now? Well, you can turn it all around because there's a lot of diets out there and the trick is to find the right one. I tried a crazy diet once. And it didn't work out too well. Well, this year I found an exercise program that really works. It's called 30 Extreme on Be Fit. It's really fun and totally free. It's better than the gym because nobody stares at your sweat stains, and trainers Susan and Scott are awesome! Click here and you'll be shedding the pounds in no time, folks. Ho, ho, ho.
I, like I assume most people, love to have options. So needless to say, when I saw the headline, YouTube set to introduce paid subscriptions this spring, I immediately read the article because I was intrigued. My brain immediately filled with thoughts of, could TV shows utilize this and bring potentially TV eyes to YouTube, thus bringing more eyes to my content and everybody else's? Would it be something where you pay to subscribe and get notifications, or you pay to watch? In which case, would you be able to watch a channel's videos, or would you have to pay basically to see all of their videos? Would creators be able to select specific videos that you'd have to pay to see, or would it have to be all videos? Could you set it to maybe be available for free the next day or the next month? Unfortunately, after reading the article, when I went to see how other people were reacting, the feedback was mostly negative. Similar to when Instagram changed their privacy policy in terms of use and whatever, and everybody thought that Instagram was going to sell their users' photos to advertisers. Rather than actually reading the article or getting any details or doing any research, people read the headline and then immediately blew it out of proportion. YouTube is not going to force you to pay to watch videos, and YouTube is not going to force you to charge your viewers. I promise. I would like to give you all of the information and address a few common things I've seen people saying so that you can properly form an opinion on this, and then after that, I'm curious to know your opinion, but not until you actually know what it's all about. Ironically, we don't know a whole lot about this paid subscription thing because there's only a little bit of info, and they are kind of working on it behind the scenes right now. What we do know is that you would be able to charge your viewers as a content creator, as an uploader, $1 to $5 a month to watch your videos, basically. And like I said, I don't know if that means just to subscribe and get the notifications, or to actually watch all of your videos. Like, you could not watch any previous videos. I don't know the details on that. It could also apply to live events, like a pay-per-view sort of deal, I guess. And the only other bit of info that jumped out at me when reading the article is that if you charge, you do have the option to remove ads or continue to show ads. And while I think it's great to have this option, I don't think that showing ads would be good if someone is already paying for it. So that's just my opinion on that. But as far as the overall idea, I thought it sounded cool. The reason I thought it sounded cool is because I was never under the impression that I would be forced to take part in this, forced to charge my viewers, or forced to pay for someone else's content. But I want to be clear here in case anybody misunderstands me. When I say that you would not be forced to pay, I mean by YouTube. If a content creator does decide to charge, then they would be the ones forcing you to pay to watch their videos. So take it up with them. The truth is that this will likely not affect you much, if at all, because most of the channels that you watch, most of the channels that I watch, I highly doubt any of them would actually charge. I think this really works for a certain type of content creator, which I'll get to in a moment, and I do know that I would pay for a couple of channels, not all of them, but a couple if they actually charged, but I really don't think they will. So really, you don't have to worry. If you're still worried and you want to set your mind at ease, keep in mind that currently available to all partners and maybe all uploaders, I don't even know, are YouTube rentals, which means that at any moment, anyone that you watch could ask you to pay to watch one of their videos. When was the last time you paid for a YouTube video? Probably never. But my point is that it's nice to have the option, because I do think that this could work in certain circumstances, just like rentals work in certain circumstances. Now, as much as most of you like to think that YouTube is purposefully trying to ruin their own website, they are working on this behind the scenes to figure out what the bugs are, what the glitches are, what the issues are before they even launch it in potentially the spring. That being said, if they are working with big channels, I really don't think it would be beneficial to them, because not only are they making probably plenty to produce their content from ad revenue, but I just feel like it wouldn't be taken lightly, and people would kind of be offended. The channels that I think could benefit from a paid subscription sort of platform are small channels that don't have a ton of viewers but have enough that they've got a fan base and they're maybe producing a great web series and it costs them money to produce, but it's really good, they work really hard. That is where I could see it working. People love to support stuff like that, and so I don't see it being a problem. Now I'd like to address a few common things I've seen thrown around, some more so than others, that I thought were interesting and I thought I had a good answer to. The first thing is, I saw people saying something to the effect of, why would I pay to watch amateur videos on the internet? Yeah, there are a lot of cat videos on YouTube. I'm aware of that. But there's also a lot of really great high quality content from people that are working really, really hard that is, in many cases, better than what you might watch on TV or even at the movie theater. Next is something I've seen a lot of people say. They're trying to be real cute saying this. Time to switch to Vimeo. You can switch to Vimeo at any time. Nobody is stopping you. Feel free. But I should warn you first that Vimeo is also working on a paid subscription platform, very much like YouTube's in the sense that it would be an option. You are not being forced to pay. They also offer rentals, just like YouTube does, but something Vimeo does that YouTube does not do is limit your uploads to 500 megabytes a week. And if you want to upload more, you pay, I think, $200 a year for their pro service, and YouTube, I believe, lets anybody upload up to 20 gigabytes. So I would say stick with YouTube regardless, and don't bash it without knowing all of this. Another thing I've seen some people say is that channels that charge their viewers to watch their videos will lose all of their viewers. Okay. So what? They'll learn and they will probably stop charging. No problem. And the number one thing that I've seen people say is greedy. It's all about the money, isn't it? It's always all about the money. Why can't people just make videos for the love of making videos without worrying about making any money? Disgusting. It sickens me. Ugh. If you think Google is being greedy, I don't know if you're aware of this, but last I checked, and perhaps it changed, so if it changed recently and I'm not aware, then that's fine. YouTube is not profitable. YouTube has not made a profit. Google purchased YouTube for a hefty sum of money, and it costs them an unbelievable amount of money to keep it running for free, I might add. And like I said last time I checked, they have not made a profit from YouTube yet. So I don't think they're really worried about being greedy right now so much as leveling out with the amount they're putting in for what they're getting back. I'm not saying Google doesn't make any money. They're a business. That's the point of a business, is to make money. Otherwise, they wouldn't exist. But as far as YouTube goes, not really the big money maker as of right now. But if you're suggesting that any YouTube content creator that would charge their viewers to watch their videos is greedy, I have to disagree with you. Aside from the fact that earning money for your hard work and or talent is not greedy, not all videos are cheap to make. I always see people saying stuff like, if you're passionate about making videos, then you should just make your dream videos for the love of it and don't worry about making any money. And that's really sweet and all, but what if your video costs you money and you can't afford to make it? Not all videos cost money, obviously. Some of them cost nothing aside from maybe having to buy a camera. You can just sit down and talk to the camera and that's it. But if your dream video does cost money and you can't afford to make it, then there's gotta be a way for you to make some money. And people all say, well, you earn money from the ad revenue on YouTube. There's a common misconception that it's like $1 per view and that everyone on YouTube is a millionaire. That's not the case. And it's especially not the case if half of your viewers are using ad blockers. Yeah, I'm looking at you. So you can absolutely make videos just for the fun and love and passion of making videos, unless you need money to make the videos you want to make. In which case, all of the revenue generating options that YouTube is offering, be it getting it on ad revenue, using YouTube rentals, or now using this YouTube paid subscription platform, could be very beneficial to people who have big dreams of big videos they want to make, but don't have big wallets. But long story short, don't worry. If you're a YouTube viewer, I highly doubt many channels will utilize this, and if they do, and nobody subscribes, then they will probably stop utilizing it. And if you're a content creator, you are not going to be forced to use this feature. You're not going to be forced to charge your viewers. I think it's great that we'll have this option. I think it's great that we have all of these options on YouTube, but I am now curious to know what you think about all of this. First things first, how do you feel about paid subscriptions? Do you have any ideas to make it better? Do you have any major cons that you can think of right now? Just give me any of your thoughts on that. I love discussing these types of things, so lay it on me. But hypothetically speaking, if all channels suddenly became paid only, which they won't, I don't want to scare you, if they did, what are some channels that you would pay for? I'm curious what content you love enough that you would pay $1 to $5 a month to keep watching. I can think of a few, and I would not pay for all of them, obviously, the channels I'm subscribed to, but I can definitely think of a few. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you have a better understanding of the whole concept. Don't forget to let me know what you think, and that's pretty much it.